Go.
Welcome back, everyone, to Legaia Reborn. I don't know, something like that. That's what
Woo.
it says on the YouTube
Legaia
videos.
again.
Legaia something
Legaia Revelations.
Revelations. It's the end times, folks. What did we do last time? Well, let's see. Episode or session 39. Blavadavicus down. The red shirts talk to Zeph and Trincy after the fight and learn that Crank Sprocket has been found dead. They absorb multiple Saru powers from Blavadavicus's arm-mounted device. Zeph, having recorded the entire combat and the moments leading up to it, works through the night with Margaret Filigris to produce an epic short film showing the red shirts as the good guys and shows it the next day. The whole city is thankful for the Yosoki heroes. Zeph decides to run for one of the Arcane Council positions, as does Boing Binkle, the chairman of the Fraternity of Seriousness. The red shirts cut promos for both. Both Rispert and Thresh over those 2 days have nightmares of the creepy elven woman in the woods. The party goes down to the forest floor to Lurkroot Warren to take care of the mysterious threat. They find a recently dead Yosoki body and inactive Saru and evidence of swarms of termites.
I forgot the serious organization leader's name was Boing Binkle.
Yes, Boing Binkle and his associates Leaky, Wiggle Spricket, Rip Rap Paddywhack, and Steve.
Steve. The most serious of them all.
So you are down in the creepy, the long time abandoned Lurkroot Warren, having heard high-pitched cackles echoing through the halls, and you find this mangled corpse of a Yosoki, not long dead, that looks like they got chewed to death by termites.
Still can't believe he called it.
It was termites the whole time.
So what can we do against termites?
I believe fire works effectively.
If only we had fire! Oh,
Don't
wait.
you do fire, Rispert?
Yeah.
Or you could drown them. I think that works too.
I do have some fire. I have my explode fire ability.
I just hope that kills them and doesn't send, like, a fine mist of them all over everybody.
And now you've got fire termites.
Oh, God.
What if I opened a pit of nothingness in the ground?
That seems a little over the top.
This is a new day.
Of this.
From
It is. Yeah, it is. So everybody should be full health and have their
reagents back, so I can make a goo grenade.
Yeah, you could do that.
And so Rispert had the nightmares the night before last, and then the last night was the one that Thresh had. So Thresh is the only one that's, like, tired, right?
Yeah, Thresh, you are fatigued. Nobody else should be fatigued as this moment.
Was Thresh or was Rispert the only one that actually wanted to talk about the dream? Like, I feel like I remember, like, everybody else was just like, no, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't think Bree talked about it. I also think Bree was the very first one, though.
Okay.
Chunks didn't have a dream, I don't think.
Trunks is over
So
here sleeping soundly in the night.
Look at this asshole getting a full 8 every night. Not waking up in a cold sweat.
That's what happens when you know everything.
You don't know when I'm gonna punch you in the face.
That's what you think. Anyways, so we're in a
this is what
small
I think.
hut.
What's that over there?
And this is the one that keeps going down, right? The one that we saw things retreat to.
Well, you're in like underground tunnels.
Okay. Oh, and do we
But
have
yeah,
light
you
active?
did. I don't know. You guys would need a light source. Yeah, that's a good point. Who has light?
Can't someone?
I have light.
Are you eating the light?
No.
Did you put it on somebody?
No, I haven't, but I will now. I'll put it on Bree.
All right, Bree,
I
you're
also
magically
have
lit
light.
up.
Forgot about this.
Okay. Bree is happy she's the one who's chosen because she wants everyone to attack her so she can protect her friends and family.
Wait, so your entirety glows, right? Does that mean like if you close your eyes while you're glowing, you still just see bright light? Because like the
Who are you
inside of
talking
your
to?
eyelids are glowing.
Does light have to be on a person or can it be on an object?
I think you can put it on an object. I'm pretty sure you can put it on like your shield or something.
Because I probably would have asked for it to be on my shield.
Oh, you can cause it to float. Oh, it says if you attach it to a creature, you cause it to float near that creature as it moves. So you're creating an orb.
Okay. An orb that's attached to me. Got it.
Yeah, like a glowy ball, it looks like.
Good.
Oh, and you get to choose what color it is.
Ooh,
It's yellow.
yellow. There we go. Like my gem.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
All right, so we've got a couple of lit up Yosoki scouring these dark tunnels. Off in the distance, you hear another.
Alright, we should follow that. I know it sounds like laughter, but termites have this defense mechanism where they bang their heads against things when they get sensitive.
That didn't sound like any kind of percussion. So wait, we heard like a cackle laughter?
Yeah.
Does it sound like the one that we killed in the forest right before we got here?
It's a little too
the
high
hag.
pitched.
The hag.
Does it sound like a fairy or pixie or whatever?
Could be. Does kind of sound smallish.
Like termites.
I think I've seen this movie. We don't want to go after that thing. It's gonna be a clown or something. Just you watch.
Either way, we have to go after it.
What? Why?
The city is counting on you.
Yeah, we have to make it safe for. Whoa! We have to make it safe for travel between here and Rakana.
Those of us with dark vision can probably like kind of walk ahead of the group and try to get an eye on it without giving away our position.
Yeah, if you wanna, if somebody wants to scout ahead, we can do that. You just tell me who. Okay, all right.
Dark vision scope.
I'll be a shield from the front.
I'll be heartily in the middle.
Are you the one that's lit up though?
Yeah. Should I stay behind or?
Yeah, that was the whole
Oh.
thing. Is like with the if we have dark vision, we can kind of scout
Or
up
d-
ahead without
Yeah,
giving.
does
away
anyone
everything.
want to go ahead?
You just need to be 40 feet ahead to be
That's
out of the
true.
light.
Richbert has dark vision.
All right. Do you want to scout ahead?
Sure.
Okay. Give me a stealth check, Risprit.
Oh no.
All right. As you scout ahead and you all start moving through the tunnels again, kind of like checking the various rooms and stuff as you go, you don't really find anything too interesting yet. A lot of evidence of everything wooden being eaten. Nothing left that's like that a termite could eat. And then that song was too intense. You step into the next room, and it's kind of like a little, kind of a big open circular area with like several kind of tunnels coming off of it, and right smack dab in the middle of it is kind of like a stone, a raised stone platform, and on it is a singular skeleton that is lying down. And as you kind of peek into the room, there's a soft blue glow emits just over this skeleton, and you see a kind of you see what you could only describe as a ghost of like a rat folk who is kind of sitting on top of his skeleton, kind of in the skeleton with his feet kind of hanging off of the stone platform, kind of kicking his legs, and is playing a lute.
That's my name.
Oh, and so Rispert would be the only one that can see this right now, right?
Yeah, at the moment.
Would Rispert be able to think of any like who this might be?
Yeah, give me a history check.
I feel like this is a long shot because it'd have to be like information handed down to him, like those left behind. Where is history?
Oh, sorry, society.
Oh, okay. Like, am I going crazy here? I could have swore. Oh,
Wow! Hey, a nat 20. What? How about that? So you know exactly who this is. You've heard, like, people have talked about this person. They didn't come with the rest of the group as they were evacuating. He stayed. His name. Sorry, give me a second. I forgot where I wrote it down. What the heck? There we go. This is Waylon Murray Myomo. He's like this older Yosoki. He's got some kind of like beardish whiskers that kind of hang down. He was like he was like the kind of renowned musician of Lurkroot Warren.
Waylon. Huh.
Waylon Murray Myomo.
Huh. Okay. And he's just there playing a flute right now, right? Like.
Yeah, he's just strumming on a lute.
Hmm.
I definitely like nothing was going on when you first poked your head into this area, but once you kind of did, it started glowing, and you notice, kind of taken with like the fact that like, oh my god, I know who this guy is. He kind of looks over in your direction and nods and keeps playing.
I think that would actually like surprise Rispert the most. It's just like usually if you see a ghost or something, like he was expecting it to be violent. So to see it like just acknowledge its existence, but also just be very passive, is very much just kind of startled and kind of like startled out of cover, essentially. He's like, wait, are you Waylon?
He like nods his head as he continues to strum.
Hey guys, come over here. I think we found a survivor's a strong word.
Bree would rush ahead.
Did you find the termites?
No. There have been no termites. Something else though. How did that loot survive? Wait, is the loot corporeal or is it non-corporeal as well?
The loot is non-corporeal. When you look carefully, it looks like there are like pieces of probably a loot that are like scattered in the bones.
Oh.
That he looks like he died with it in his hand, but the loot has mostly been consumed.
Ah. There's like strings and stuff lying there. It's
Does it sound nice?
Yeah, it's very in tune, there's no, you don't hear any like buzzing on the strings or anything like that. He plays like real smooth. He puts in these little flourishes in between the chords.
That sounds like 20 years of practice. In the afterlife. Wait, it has been 20 years, right? Since the
It has.
Okay.
How? Go ahead.
No, I like Risper's just gonna kind of like look at the party and be like, have you ever heard of a ghost that was friendly?
Oh,
Casper?
yes. Ha! That's who I was gonna talk about.
The quintessentially friendly ghost.
Huh. He just seems to be content there playing. Presumably on, pretty sure that's a skeleton.
Yeah, I think maybe we just leave him alone and keep searching for the termite.
Well,
Can we
well,
ask
were
him?
you the one laughing?
He looks at you and he just shakes his head.
Oh, is there someone else here that's laughing? Oh,
Are
are they dangerous? Are they friendly? Oh.
I'm going to
Okay.
put a coin if he's got like a hat or something like at his feet.
Yeah, he does. Sit down at his feet. And he looks at you and he kind of like pats himself on the chest.
Aw.
And then he looks down at you and he starts to play and he starts to sing. It was a sad, sad day when the mist rolled into town. And then, like, he continues to play, and he watches all of you.
Oh, blues.
What?
He plays for a little while longer.
He's playing on Grandpa's guitars?
Wait, I think he's waiting for the end of the song.
So is there something you do?
I'm gonna give him another coin.
He strums a chord, and you suddenly feel like you get punched in the brain. I need everybody to roll a will save, please.
His tasty licks are too strong.
If this is a mental save, everybody near me will have a +1 status. Oh, actually, I don't think I'm in my stance, so never mind.
And I will also say, okay. Yeah. All right. Bree and Kaduka, you take no damage. Actually, all right. Risprit, Loot. No, Risprit, you don't take any damage either. Loot and Thresh, just Loot and Thresh, you both take 17 mental damage.
Ooh.
17.
I rolled really high.
We can also see your rolls, by the way.
Would a +1 change that for either of them?
Oh, you know what? Actually, it would. For Thresh, it would.
Because my adept benefit actually, I have a lot of different mental stuff, so it throws me off a little bit. But my adept benefit does actually give a +1
Okay.
to mental effects.
Actually, I'm sorry, Loot. I rolled too many dice, so you only take 15.
Oh, good.
And it's just Loot. And he continues to play, and he says, "But I stood my ground while the others fled down. With my lute in hand, I played a defiant sound." And then he continues to strum and just keeps time and looks at you all.
And I dug a hole and laid in the ground.
And he strums the chord, and you kind of wince, but but nothing. There's no damage that comes. No,
I cannot carry you guys through this.
no fear in my heart, no retreat to be found. The notes cut through the gloom, a beacon unbound. And then he continues to strum.
So we made outies with our ears to the ground.
And he strums, and he goes, "This rat folk musician won't be miscrowned." And then he down. And then he like picks up his hat and he puts it on his head and he tilts his brim and he disappears.
Encore.
What the
was
fuck?
that?
No encore. We might not survive another encore.
Bree just kind of looks around with like a confused but like fine whatever look on her face and is like, let's just move on.
I never understood music.
That would be cool if like he was whistling as he took off, and then the whistling just became the wind, like that we can hear. Like, just like...
That's exactly what happened. Is now you are just left in the dark with two lit up Yosoki and the whistling wind through the tunnels.
Well, now it's kind of creepy in here. Should we like give him a proper burial? His bones are just kind of laying there.
Oh, your gold coin, by the way, is just on the ground at this point.
I'll pick it up.
He took his hat with him. It just kind of phased through the hat.
We should give him his rights, a burial or something.
Yeah. Back then were like kind of Yosoki like burial rites pretty much the same as they are now.
Yeah, pretty standard.
Okay. Yeah, Risper's gonna try to like work with anybody else like that's up for like collect the bones and try to give just the slightest modicum of a burial that you can in here without
I'm
taking up too
familiar
much
with
space.
bones. I can help.
Now these bones, so the bones, it's only been 20 years, but does it look like they've just been like stripped clean, or does it look
Yeah.
like normal kind of rot?
They look pretty stripped clean.
Okay. So it's not a really gross affair to pick up all these things. It's very much just like collecting lab specimens.
Definitely.
When
Mm.
giving a close look at the bones, does it appear that they were cleaned recently, or if we can't tell recently, by small, tiny little bites, just like the termites do with wood? Like, can we tell what cleaned these bones?
So, I mean, anybody that wants to do a medicine check for forensics,
I would like to do that, actually.
go for it.
Before we disturb the bones.
How's that?
Yeah, Thresh. So it looks like the bones have been picked clean by like normal things that would eat bones. It looks like he suffered extreme like something ran him through like multiple times. It like broke through ribs. Like there's like a big gash through like one of his vertebrae where this slashing object went through. And the way that the bones fell, it looked like he was mostly intact when he died, but that, yeah, you think just like normal like ants or whatever eventually like clean the bones, and that it was not recent. It was 20 years ago.
Oh, damn.
Hmm.
Yeah, I let everybody know that.
Interesting. Well, at least he probably died fast.
I'm a little more concerned about the unfriendly thing that's in here that he was shaking his head about.
It must, well, I don't know if it must be something. It could be something natural, because if it was a Saru that killed him, it would have been bound to his like bones and all, wouldn't it?
Uh,
I mean, every
Not
other one we found
necessarily.
that's killed by Saru is usually like tethered to it, or like it's integrated into everything. It's skeleton and all.
It could have been termites.
Mm-hmm.
Do termites cause stab wounds like that?
Maybe.
Must have been something really big if it was able to crush through bone like that.
They're big termites.
Does anybody know of a giant creature that can cause stab wounds like that?
I know of several. I don't know if they're relevant. The first that comes to mind is an elephant.
God damn, I was told myself, I swear if you say elephant, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Like, how's an elephant gonna fit down here?
You know, with that esoteric lore, Trunks, you think that based on the little that you've seen, this, and all of you kind of putting your heads together and looking at it, it looks like it could possibly have been some kind of Saru or Saru monster that did it.
Mm-hmm.
A Saru type.
Well, I suppose killing him outright was probably the better fate than it attaching to him.
Well, it might be attached to something else.
Oh, that's right. Because it usually like picks a host, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Or at least from what we know.
Yeah, from what you've seen, you're exactly right. It would usually one would attach to somebody, and then as you've heard, they drive the host, then drives the host crazy, which becomes a murderous monster.
Mm-hmm. So it's an instant death if it hasn't already attached to somebody and it touches you, but if it's attached to somebody else and then it touches you, you're probably also going to die because it's going to be like stabbing you a bunch or something.
Exactly.
It's like when your kitchen maid goes postal.
Exactly.
Kitchen maid?
You hear the cackle through the tunnels again.
Oh,
Okay, let's lay these bones to rest so he can move on ourselves.
Yep, you do your best to do a little to lay him to rest. You think you did a pretty good job.
Hey. Just like pry up a floorboard or something and dig up some dirt and then bury him there. Use the floorboard as a like a tombstone.
I'm gonna write on the floorboard, "Here lies the greatest musician of all time."
Oh, beautiful.
Oh. We hear like a
Oh,
faint
that's so
whistle on the
nice.
wind. He will be remembered. We have a story now. We have a crazy story to tell.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so do you guys continue down the hallway?
I think so. Do we want to keep... Rishford, do you want to keep charging ahead?
Well, hasn't steered us wrong yet, so yeah, I'll take lead.
All right, Risprit, give me. So you guys start. Risprit's ahead. The rest of you are hanging back. You move down the hallway. Risprit, you keep hearing the cackling noise as you seem to be closing in. It's getting louder and louder as you walk into kind of an even bigger, like, circular area. Though it's kind of set up very similar. You can tell the same people that built the Warrens in Ratganaw came from here because it's very similar in construction. Every once in a while, there's just a big kind of open area where people would congregate and talk and hang out and do things underground. And you come to a wide open area. It looks like there has been some structural damage since then. Quite a few places, rocks have seemed to come loose from above and landed in piles in a few different places. Give me a perception check and a stealth check, Risprit.
Oh. Okay. All right.
Okay. Okay.
Coming out pretty strong with the scout roll right now.
Okay.
How
Is
is
there?
my stealth that high?
It looks like you're trained,
Oh, okay.
so it adds 2 plus your level plus your dex.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know how that was calculated. Okay, that makes more sense.
You step in. You got a 24 on your perception. You look across the room, and you're feeling pretty good about how sneaky you've been. But as you walk in, you look across the room at a large rock pile, and you see something. It is completely dark, right? And you don't see something there, but you see like the like almost like something is like camouflaged. And you see
Oh,
it
it's like
kind
a
of
shimmer in the air.
shift. Yeah, there's like a little. It's like the air itself like moves, and as you stick your head in, another cackle comes out, and it's for sure coming from that rock pile over there. And it says, "Oh, I see you. Please come into, come in."
Rispit's just gonna kind of stand there for a second and like move their head around, looking into the room to see if they could spot anything else.
You are very sneaky. I almost didn't see you. I wouldn't have if I wasn't expecting you already.
Does this voice sound familiar at all?
Make a very high society roll.
Oh,
I'm gonna hero point then.
Okay.
Oh
You
wow!
a
Oh,
hermit?
well, is eight high enough?
what is
Huh?
society?
We live in one.
You're from a different town.
Yeah. He says, don't be shy. Come in. I can hardly see you, but I can see you.
What? Rispit's just gonna kind of uncomfortably like step around the corner, like out in the open.
You all can hear this.
Yeah. Bree is
Oh,
gonna
okay.
like come in like, Rispret, I'm coming in.
Right next to her.
All right. So, like, the rest of you charge in, basically.
Where go one, we go all.
As you run in, this thing says, there you are, and yes, you have come to your doom, for I am the Cockroach King!
No.
Oh,
What?
No.
So are you controlling the little cockroach termite thing?
I'm trying to remember how to do things.
I know it sounds like a voice, but the Isoki mind tries to make things sound like it's called the uncanny valley effect. I'm sure it's just a
Uncanny
bunch
Valley.
of bugs.
This Quasit, who is wearing a very oversized steel helmet, jumps up on the rocks, and says, "Hi! Oh shit! It's you!"
What?
Hello.
What? I mean, of course it's us.
And what was that about our doom?
Quasit, vanish! Everybody, roll for initiative, please.
Damn, I was gonna be like, if he did the pocket smoke thing, Risper was gonna just like horizontal try to dive tackle. Oh, do we need to be on a different thing?
Oh yes. Sorry, I thought I had moved you guys. There you go.
Okay.
Also, out of the ceiling and the floor, come burrowing out swarms of giant termites.
I can't see anything. It was Bree, a light source.
Yeah, my
I am
There we
also a
go.
light source.
Bree is a light source.
Ah,
Trunks, you're 40 feet or 20 and 20?
Yes.
1 in 20.
Oh. There you go.
There we go. Let me grab some termites.
Did you add fatigue to your condition, Thrush?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh my.
What the heck?
Ugh. Oh, I gotta turn on hard recovery. I have
Gave me the hiccups.
way did we come in? Am I in the
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Sorry, I have to reload because it's doing some weird shit.
Okay, that's better
They're
now.
multiplying.
All right, it is.
Just to be clear, these are giant termites, not giant cockroaches, right?
I'm sorry, they are swarm. So each of those is an area of swarming giant termites that are like this big.
Okay. That's still pretty scary. Termites are normally not that big.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're like giant mutant termites.
They also normally don't eat flesh.
Hmm.
That is true. Something is wrong with these. But you also just saw a ghost too, so that's kind of weird.
Aren't we all?
On the scale of things we've seen thus far, kind of measures up.
Oh my god, they have battle music.
That's just
They
the
rolled
health
a
bars.
26.
hitting their heads against the ground.
These bugs have health bars!
Oh no.
Oh my god, that one's named!
I can't tell if you actually see that stuff.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
See none of that. It's just funny whenever you come across stuff like that and you're like, oh yeah, I'll kill this bug or whatever, and then you see a red name pop up in the top center of the screen, you're like, oh no!
Oh no.
There's a name and a health bar.
Okay. I'm almost ready. Kaduka, you rolled a 25. I gotta get rid of your duplicate. I have 2 of you on here. I have 2 of everybody. Thresh got a 38. Nice, Thresh.
Except for me, I only rolled after we got the new one.
I did too.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It carried over the turn order from the last combat or something.
But only for you?
Yeah.
Weird.
Because the DM sees everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, I got this big old list. Bree, what was your initiative?
29. I changed my other one to 29, so they're probably both 29 right now.
They both showed 29.
Yeah. Because I rolled 29 and then I rolled 22, and then I changed the 22 to 29 to be accurate.
All right, Loot, what did you get?
29, but I did it before it was cool.
Got it. Trunks, you got a...
I rolled the exact same thing. 28.
Good.
Oh, that was the new
Oh,
one.
you deleted the other one?
I know.
Oh, okay.
So your last one was 28 as well, so I didn't know which
Yeah.
one was the real right one. Okay, I think we're good.
Sweet.
All right, Thresh, it is your turn. Cockroaches have started coming out of the walls and the floor and the ceiling.
Horrific. I'm gonna cast Carrion Mire
Nice.
on this one. On this one.
All right, so that
Swarm.
is
Also, DM, we can see your rolls.
burst. Oh, thank you. I turned it off and then I restarted. So
Yeah. I figured I'd let you know.
let's see, 15-foot burst.
Oh my god, 15-foot burst. He's back.
Dude, 50
Wait.
foot burst.
No,
Where you been?
I haven't seen you in a long time, dude.
do you want to? do you want to put it there, or where do you want this? You want on that
can I
one
hit-
only?
On the right hand side, can I hit both of those swarms?
You can, yeah, like
Yeah.
there.
Sure, yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. Carrier Meyer, got it. They ground opens up into a seemingly endless mass of corpse limbs. They got to make reflex saves. All right, that's it. Okay, they are both successful. Locations. So that normally would knock them prone, and they can't be healed. Okay, so these a corpse limbs start grasping at these termites, but they are like the termites are like slipping through the fingers of like the limbs. They just happen to be perfectly in motion at the time when the spell goes off. Unfortunately,
Didn't I blow the head off Cockroach?
you did, and now he's wearing a big helmet.
Oh wait, we fought this guy before?
Yeah,
So-
this was the first guy we ever fought.
You guys,
Oh,
yes,
shit.
and he was calling himself the Cockroach King, yeah, but now he is the Termite King. Or he's exclaiming that he is the Termite King, at least.
Okay. He's like that guy from Men in Black. Whose head just keeps growing back some more.
Yeah, Men in Black 2. Played by
These
Johnny Knoxville.
these termites swarm Risprit, Thresh, and Loot. I need Risprit, Thresh, and Loot to make Fortitude saves. Those are all good Fortitude saves.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The shield
That's my
action,
best.
because I said that I'm always pretty much doing the shield action. Does that add +1 to something like that, or?
Not a Fortitude save.
Okay.
Okay, so the three of you, Risprit, Loot, and Thresh, take 7 damage from the bites as they swarm over you. It is Bree's turn.
All right, Bree, as much as she hates walking away from her friends who are hurting, knows there's not
Ow.
much she can do there, so she's gonna step forward here.
Bree!
You said 7 damage, right?
7 damage, yep.
Okay.
And then she's going to explode.
Okay. Roll your explode.
All right, that's not the damage it does, because that was like level 2 damage. So at 3rd level and every level thereafter increased by 1d6, so I gotta do an extra 4d6.
An extra 3d6. At 3,
We're-
5,
we're-
and...
It says every level.
Say every level.
3rd level, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Oh, I should
Yeah, I
do
was
an extra
thinking
5.
like spell level.
Huh.
I don't know if that...
Yeah. Alright, yeah, roll another d6. And then roll a d20 for your unstable check. Oh, a 15 makes it, right?
yeah, I think so. I gotta check
Or
that.
is it a 17? Alright, click on unstable in your...
There she goes exploding again.
Thank God it's
All
not
right,
like the
that's-
Pokemon move where she just faints immediately after.
The detonate move.
I don't know where my unstable is.
So yeah, that is going to do 25 total damage. You do wipe out almost half of them. And explode, that is 2 actions. Got it. So loot. It is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to walk away.
All right. As you walk away, a bunch of them cling to you. You are still being bit. So the swarm actually loses some health because you're taking termites with you. But you realize as you run off that you are now taking 3d6 persistent piercing damage as you have a bunch of ants clung to you, or termites.
Ooh, that's not good. Can I cast shake really hard?
You can. Yeah, you can do something like that if you want to make like a. Let's see. What would be appropriate? What kind of check? You can make like a reflex save. Just spin around and try to swing your arms around and try to get them off you.
Yeah. Like I have ants in my pants.
Right. Unfortunately, that is not going to do it.
What if I do it again?
Yeah, you can try it again. So this will be your third action.
Okay.
Ah, there you go.
Oh man, fuck them bugs.
You are able to shake them off of you. As they just kind of after you shake it, and like you're stomping some of them too. The ones that remain run off into the cave. Trunks, it is your turn.
Sounds good. I didn't want to interrupt Loot's turn, but my aura with the Regalia gives +2 status bonus to damage rolls. So I think the explode that Bree did should have an extra 2 damage on there.
Hell yeah.
With that, I'm going
Got
to do Martial Stance, and then I'm going to do Exploit Vulnerability on the one next to Bree.
Okay.
How's a 24?
A 24 is success.
Okay. So I'll play. Okay, let's see. Questions. Success 3. Lowest. Well, hold up. What I've highest. So to start off, I get the highest weakness.
Okay. It is piercing, or highest weakness, area damage or splash damage 5.
Area slash 5. Okay. And then I will do 3 pieces of information. Lowest defense.
Will save.
Highest. Okay. Will highest defense.
Fortitude save.
Fortitude. And then, is there any special skill that it has?
Yes, you smell an acrid odor. You think these termites might be able to spray like an acidic mist.
Okay. I relay this information. And then I'm gonna apply mortal weakness to that, so that I have, I guess, I'm doing splash damage or area damage, or
Okay.
triggering it. And then I am going to 1, 2, 3. I'll step up. No, no, that's what we do. I'm gonna stay there. That's all 3.
Okay. Kaduka.
Yeah, I was gonna throw a goo grenade, but for the meme, I want to shoot this guy's little head off.
It is very armored, so
Take
are
the
you
shot.
Are you sure you're gonna try to shoot his head off, or are you gonna aim somewhere else?
Yeah, maybe center, man.
Gotcha. Go for it.
Sniper's aim. Ooh. I'm gonna hero point that.
Okay.
That's a little better.
You pull up, you take a good aim, and he starts to wiggle his fingers, and he said vanish, and he starts to do this, and you see him start to like become transparent, and just as you pull the trigger, it becomes fully transparent, and then suddenly becomes visible again as you blow a hole through his chest like this. Just spraying the area behind him with like a black viscera, and he just sits down and then falls over and tumbles behind the rocks.
Very good.
His helmet rolling like off to the side of the cavern.
Did I get removed from the turn order completely?
Ah, shoot. What was
I
your...
only rolled the once on the new one.
Yeah, what was your...
14.
Sorry about that.
Thankfully, it wasn't my turn yet, I don't think.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
All right, Kaduka. How many was that? Two
That's
actions?
2 actions. And I guess I do have a goo grenade. I can do it for my third.
Oh, and you had to put your tripod down, right?
No, so sniper's aim, I don't take the penalty.
Oh, nice.
picking
All right.
weapons.
Excellent. Yep. So you have one more action.
So I'm going to throw it at the one in the center of the.
Gotcha.
Carrying my. What is that? Is just a D20?
Let's see. Yeah, D20 plus your
X strength.
like your class DC. Like your class DC minus 10.
Oh, so 13,
Yeah. There you go. 18.
18.
So you go to throw it, and it's kind of hard to see. Like you see this like swarm of hands and termites, and you kind of aim it where you best think they are, and you're just off a bit. But you do take some of them out. They make. Let's see, so it's 1 splash damage no matter what, right?
I think so.
Yeah, which turns into 6 splash damage.
Which turns into 8 splash damage.
8 splash damage. Which turns into 20. No, okay. I think that's it. All right. Great. This one you're perfectly spread out, so it can only get one of you. It is going to swarm onto Bree. Bree, give me 2 basic fortitude saves. Those are good. Great. take 11 biting damage.
I'm gonna use my reaction to reduce that.
Okay. I love it. So you reduce it by 9?
Yep.
You take 2 biting damage. As you feel Trunks' esoterica.
Sorry, I was just reading something.
All right. Well, he's dead. I have to say, I was absolutely hoping for the meme that you would do that. 'Cause I gave you one turn, and I was like, let's see if it happens. And you crit, by the way. You did 60 damage.
Again.
He had 35 points. So I was just like, man, it'll be so good if this happens. And it did. Perfect.
Target practice. That guy. That's his name.
You probably won't see this guy ever again.
Or he'll show up with a steel helmet and a steel breastplate.
You can't convince me he's not the BBEG at this point.
Like every time we kill him, he gets stronger.
Yeah.
Or he doesn't necessarily get stronger, but he gets stronger and stronger, like allies. You know, like the cockroaches versus the termites versus.
That would be pretty funny.
One day we're gonna be thinking we're fighting animated armor, and it's really just him.
And like Goliath armor.
This Goliath's got a really nasally high voice. It's weird.
The funny thing is he would just be in the helmet completely of the Goliath armor, and he would have bugs of some sort filling the rest of the Goliath armor, controlling the arms.
Piloting a bug mech.
Yeah.
Like Delicious in Dungeon.
Yeah.
Trunks, give me 2 fortitude saves, please.
1, 2. Hero
right.
point the second one.
Okay. Okay. Trunks, you take 19 biting damage. First one was a success, the second one was still a failure.
Alrighty.
And you are clumsy 1 for 1 round.
Clumsy 1.
As the swarm really covers you. If you try to do a concentrate or manipulate action while you're clumsy, you've got to succeed at a DC 5 flat check, or you lose the action.
With clumsy?
With this specific effect.
Oh, with this clumsy. Oh, okay, okay.
None of what they did would trigger my reactive striker, right?
This one moved around
But
in
moved,
a
like,
particular way,
within
or?
my range, not out of it, right?
Well, if it moved to
Yeah.
this square and then moved to this square.
Because it says make a move action.
Yeah.
ranged attack, leave
It
the square.
didn't lose. It moving diagonal. I just looked at it. They would have just they wouldn't have left a square of yours at any point.
Right. Okay.
But if it tries to move now, it would.
I just figured I'd ask.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I didn't think about it, so thank you. Risprit, it is your turn.
Alright. I'll go ahead and... Wait, where'd it go? There it is. Channel Elements. Gives me a free blast. Gonna go ahead and Fire Blast the one that is currently swarming us.
That is a miss.
Oh shit. Okay.
You all do have 2 hero points at this point.
Flying Flame!
Okay. I take it you're gonna go through all of them. Yeah, perfect. Alright. And you are
what a
doing
beautiful bird.
4d8. Yep. That makes sense. 13 damage. Okay, 3 dex saves. Reflex saves. Ooh, damn. That's a 32. What is your DC?
Class DC is 25.
25. So that's still okay. So it's 3 successes. The lowest one rolled a 28. They still take half damage plus the weakness, so it turns out to be 11 each.
Plus 2.
Right, 13 each.
And I apologize. Did that 21 miss?
It did.
Because I have a +1 to attack rolls. So does a 22 hit?
Still would have missed.
Okay. All right.
Good call, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Thresh. Your turn.
Alright. Can I cast Void Warp on the termite swarm, or is it... Okay.
Yeah, you could do that.
Because I don't know if it counts as one...
If it's a fortitude save, it is their highest defense.
But like we found before, stabbing or shooting at like little
creatures
swarms isn't that effective.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do Void Warp.
Ooh, damn. I rolled a 19, which is a 34, which is a crit success. So you
Can he use a hero point to make you re-roll that?
He could. Thresh
Yes,
could.
I would like to do that.
Oh, re-roll. Hey, that's only a 25. So you do 6 damage to it. Is this the one that's on you?
Yeah.
Or is 8 damage? Do you increase everybody's damage by 2 for everything, not just attack rolls?
It just says damage. So my Regalia does a +2 to status bonus to damage rolls.
Okay.
So.
Fair enough. You got one more action, Thresh.
I guess I'm just gonna ready an attack.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Carrion Mire lasts for a whole minute. You're gonna ready an attack under what trigger?
Guess it's it. No, I'll just end it there. I didn't know it was a cantrip that lasts for a minute.
Oh no, that was Carrion Mire.
Oh,
Carrion
okay.
Mire lasts a minute.
Oh, no.
I was just checking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has to do the same thing next time.
Yeah, I mean, you can try to run out of there. You could shoot at them.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna try to escape the.
Okay.
Yeah. Should I?
Trying to. Hold on. I think they already took their. So make your move wherever you're going. And they already took their reaction, so none hold on to you like they did to loot.
Nice. Okay.
But it is its turn again. Risprit, you are suddenly assaulted with a acidic haze that starts shooting out of all of these ants.
Oh no.
Sorry, termites. What level are they? 6.
Ooh.
Give me a second. Okay. Please give me a Constitution save as it assaults your. As you try not to breathe it in, and it burns your eyes and burns your skin.
Oh, Constitution save. Okay.
Or Fortitude save, sorry.
Or Fortitude. Ah.
Hey, that's good. You know what?
It's almost like I'm a master at that.
Other than it being very irritating, and your elements, like you're channeling your elements, like you think some of this is actually like kind of burning it off as it gets to you. You don't take any damage.
Oh,
that was a crit success.
Also, just remembered, I think I have an ability. Is it deflecting wave? It's a reaction. So again, the resistance to damage from the triggering effect equal to my level if it's bludgeoning, slashing, or double if it's acid or fire damage.
Oh, nice.
Ooh. No, I guess if it is going to go through, then I can use that as a reaction.
No
then.
need.
Yeah.
You crit succeeded, so it
Gotcha.
you took no damage.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I think maybe do you crit succeed on success with fortitude saves? There might be a note in your save.
That was the thing. Yeah, with the last edition. Yeah, successes are treated as crit successes.
There you go. Yeah, so you only need to succeed anyway. But you're an overachiever, and give me a basic fortitude save. A fortitude save, Risprit, as they try to bite you. 25. Yeah, that's a success. So you take 5 piercing damage.
So it's a crit success though, right?
It is a fortitude save. So yeah, they're like trying to bite you, but you're like roasting some of them as they try to bite on.
I'm too spicy.
Perfect. Loot, it is your turn.
I cast Dehydrate.
Nice. Gonna make some crispy critters.
Oh.
5-foot burst. 15-foot burst cousin.
Baby cousin.
Great. Wow, the way everything lines up, I don't know if you could get 2 of them at the same time.
Without hitting.
Without hitting,
anyone else.
yeah, Rispert.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I can take it.
Okay, yeah, I'll hit Trunks.
Okay. Trunks, fortitude save, please.
It's my best save.
Ooh.
He
So
looked hydrated.
That's a 33, right, Trunks?
Not for saving throw.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
32.
Gotcha. Okay, so you succeeded. So you take...
I guess if it was a mental effect, it would have gone up, but I don't think this is.
Gotcha. Let's see. You take... So you're still going to take the persistent fire damage, but you have a basic... You get a basic fortitude save against it. So you only take 1 damage, Trunks.
Sounds
Each of the
good.
swarms takes 6. And they are super dehydrated and taking persistent damage as you suck the moisture out of them. A bunch of them start to like just kind of curl up. And he got 1 more action.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Life Boost on
Nice.
Trunk.
Nice. Trunks get life boost for 4 turns.
Oh, it burns. But it's a good burn.
It's like icy hot, dude.
All right. Bree.
I passed my stability check, so I can use explode again, correct?
Yeah, was it 15 or 17? Did you find out?
It was 15.
Okay.
13 when I hit legendary crafting.
Ooh, okay. So, yeah, you could do it again.
Sweet. I am going to explode.
All right. 21 is a lot more. Oh, did you change it?
Yeah.
Hey, nice. All right. That's a reflex DC. That is a 17, which is a failure, and a 25, which is a success. So that completely annihilates one of them and does 15 damage to the other. Give me another unstable check. All right, so your unstable device is no longer usable.
That's not a crit failure, right? So I didn't take damage.
Correct.
Got it.
Cool, and you got one more action.
Did you add the +2 for that damage on the one that's still alive?
I didn't. There we go. Now I did.
Is Shield Bash 1 or 2 actions? I gotta check.
You mean Raise Shield?
No, Shield Bash.
Oh. It's just one action.
Okay, I'm gonna Shield Bash them.
Okay.
Because I figure, like, a bashing is like a bludgeoning. I'm, like, trying to get them with my shield on the ground type of, like...
It's, I will tell you, it is more effective than piercing or slashing, but still a little bit less effective than normal. However, you still do 6 damage.
+2.
And we're getting to the point where that almost did it. There are not that many ants or termites left. All right, Trunks, it is your turn.
Sounds good. I'm gonna just increase my health for the fast healing to start. Which ones are dead? I can't quite tell.
The one that was above, like, the one that you're in is still alive, but he said it's almost dead, and it has persistent fire damage.
Okay,
so
and
I
the
would
one.
focus on the one that's on wrist spread.
Okay, and the one that's under you is dead then.
Yeah,
Yes.
the other one
Okay.
is dead. I just deleted it.
I still see it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Weird.
Okay. No worries. I will attack the one lower spirit
Okay.
with me tail.
Do you still have like personal antithesis on it or weakness?
The mortal weakness doesn't go away when my original target goes away. My reaction can only be used on the one that's the original target.
Gotcha.
The lippet tail. I'm just gonna regular tail. Oh, bonus to damage 2. 20 wouldn't hit. I'm just going to hero point that.
Okay. That hits. Dang, 22? Plus weakness?
Yeah. Plus weakness, so ignore
Plus
the
2.
PA. I already added the +2 actually with the
Gotcha.
Mac or whatever.
Alright, 27 damage. Great. Yeah, there are very few of them left as well.
Okay, I'll do a second attack. +2.
That you end up smashing the rest of them.
Okay. I'm just gonna third attack the one below me.
Might as well. Hey, look at that crit. Smash, smash, smash. Yeah, like, what is that? Like 40. What's a 54 plus 21? 75 damage in one round, and all of the termites appear to be dead.
I got pretty lucky.
And it is again quiet.
Do I get rid of the fire and the healing?
Oh, so technically, yeah, you would have to do a D20 roll at the end of your turn.
Flat check?
Yeah, just a flat check. You're technically still dehydrated. I think you can just drink water to get rid of it, though.
Ocean's Balm!
There you go, 25 healing. Plus, I'm just gonna say, with all that healing, you go back up to full health. The dehydration goes away.
Rispert is just funneling huge amounts of water into your mouth that heals you from the inside.
Being waterboarded against my will.
I made this cool map and like had all these like twists and turns and stuff in it, and you guys didn't use any of it. You didn't have to. It's supposed to be like, I mean, I knew there was like a possibility that like he just gets like killed like instantly, but like I was gonna have him like leading you through the tunnels, and there was like secret passages and stuff.
There's absolutely the likelihood that somebody would take the shot.
For sure. Yeah,
and they did.
I had to.
I used the map creator that is now kind of attached to Roll20 to make this map.
Well, we can still explore it.
It's all right. Yeah, so you guys are out of combat.
So do we think that this was it? That this solved the termite problem?
I mean, we can scout out the rest of the Warren to
Yeah,
just
I think
make
we should
sure.
continue scouting out the war.
Okay. Yeah,
Also-
I mean, you do some searching. You do find another room where a similarly fresh Yosoki body is found, and they seem to have tied themselves up, or actually chained themselves up with a chain. You find the body mangled, still wearing Saru, chained to like a bed. Not like chained down, but like chained to like the leg of a bed.
And you said it appears that they chained themselves?
Or
can't we tell?
It's hard to tell. But like part of you thinks
maybe they chained themselves so when they got corrupted, and like they wouldn't hurt anybody. Like
maybe like they were fused with it already, but then the fog rolled in and they chained themselves before the fog took effect.
It looks like that definitely could have been the case. But their Saru seems to be in good condition as far as you can tell. It is attached to their arms like bracers, and looks like a set of fins, kind of that like come off the side of the bracers.
Set of fins.
Oh. I wonder if this Saru is for swimming.
Can I use my Saru anatomy skill to see if I can figure out what this might do?
Yeah. You start to look into it. You tap into its kind of essence using your raw Saru and knowing what you know of Saru anatomy, and you examine like the frequencies it's putting out. You like examine its like elemental aura that it has around its core, and determine that this is a find where I wrote it down. A dive and breach Saru. I will link it. In the Discord. You make a dive through the plane of water, leap 10 feet where you would land on the ground. Instead, you disappear in a splash of water, your body entering the surface like a diver entering a pool. Then you exit in an unoccupied surface within 40 feet, appearing with another splash as you leap out. Landing 10 feet away from where you exited, each splash does 3d10 bludgeoning damage to all creatures in a 5-foot emanation.
Oh.
And it has the water tag.
Can I have this one?
And technically it's teleportation as well.
Take it.
Does one of us have teleportation?
No, but I'm just like, the fact that it
I
teleports
got
you
you.
is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Got water manipulation. Oh.
By all means. Just don't break it.
I'll try not to. Like to.
Go ahead and roll d20.
Well, it's a good thing I have a hero point on standby, though I hope to not need to rely on it. I'm going to hero point that.
Go for it.
Hey. Oh.
Oh, come on.
Hey, that is just good enough.
Wait, really?
Yep. You're able to, you concentrate real hard. You feel Leviathan aiding you as you both reach out to the Saru, and it disintegrates into the air, particle effects of floating upwards as you feel the requisite information enter your Rasaru and is stored as the Dive and Breach spell.
Oh. Should I put that in class feats and abilities?
Or you can put it in your spells.
Oh, spells. Okay.
Yeah, just put it in your spells.
Sweet.
All right. As you search around, you find a bunch of trinkets and odds and ends. You find little metal statuettes. You find like a harmonica. As you look through, you don't find really any journals or anything wood, of course. It looks like the termites cleared this place out of any kind of wood.
I definitely, as we're going through, I'm searching for any of the items on the list that the villagers gave us to try to take back their things.
Yeah, you find you are picking up some of these things. Like it's like, oh, what is that? You find like a little like religious amulet, fits the description, and you start, you realize a lot of the things on here aren't going to exist anymore because of the termites. But you do find, you find quite a few little trinkets, necklaces, jewelry. At one point, you find like a bunch of jewelry that's just kind of like sitting in a pulp that must have been a box at some point. Yeah.
All right. Well, I would collect all that. I could, obviously, like you said, any of the wood or paper stuff is gone. But...
Yeah. You all gain for the Whalen Murray Myomo hazard and the fight with the Quasit, and recovering the trinkets and taking care of the menace down here. You gain a total of 120 experience.
Oh yeah.
120? That means we're at 650.
Is that
I
what
have
that
us at
means?
I'm at
150 because
150.
Yeah.
Oh, I was at 530. Oh, that's right.
Where, yo, is he soloing some dungeons while we're not?
That's why he looks so tired.
Wait, so we should be at 150 now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've
And
been
yeah.
doing some downtime crawling, you know, just
Where did you go?
crawling some dungeons. I already cleared out this dungeon before, and we're in a different instance, you know.
He's part of the rat grinders. Only Liz knows that reference.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, what's the next step?
Well, I guess we go back up and we report. Unless we have something else going on there.
Comfortably grab everything without like exceeding weight limits. And like,
Yeah.
okay.
You've got pretty full packs at this point. You'll be happy to see Spud again. But you are able to grab everything.
Okay.
And Spud will be indifferent to see us.
As you guys go up, who is it that you go to report to?
Oh, also real quick before we leave, that steel helmet that Quasit was wearing, was that special at all or is it mundane?
It looks like a normal metal helmet that was very ill-fitting on its tiny little head.
Gotcha. Okay.
It is actually quite rusty. You're not quite sure where you found it, but it's been sitting out.
And the timing lines up, right? Because we defeated the Quasit around, like, shortly before they started having problems here.
Yeah, within like, I mean, you
I guess
defeated.
it was a while.
Yeah, it was a while ago. It was like a year ago, probably. You killed the Quasit.
But doesn't it take a while for them to come back?
You want to make a religion check?
Sure.
Or do you want to ask your resident knowledge boy?
Well, are you
The
guys
arcane nerd.
Are you like discussing this out?
Yeah, I probably would just be like asking myself the question, but out loud.
I'll think back to any tales I've heard.
Absolutely. Yeah. Bree, you think that might have been the case, that it might take a while for them to come back. Trunks, you've definitely heard of reoccurring demons or devils that have come back time and time again. And usually there is some kind of period of before they're able to come back.
Ah, so what you're saying
Paducah.
is then this guy could show up again.
He's
How
going
do you-
to. Because
how do you-
Kaduka's claimed him as a nemesis.
Oh,
That's
you
just-
formed an eternal rivalry.
That's just
a
a
fact
by Warner's actually. And they're not doing it.
It's a fight for the crown.
Well,
Oh,
wait.
man.
What if Kaduka had, like, I don't know, consecrated bullets or something like that? Would that, like, banish the Quasit forever?
Blessed.
Trunks, you would know that there are probably some kind of rituals that you don't know them off the top of your head, but you know there's probably something that you could do that would prevent a specific like demon from reappearing.
It's like some Warhammer 40k shit where they pray over and bless the ammo before it's fired.
You think for sure one way you would know is if you were able to procure the demon's true name.
Asshole.
Here we
Yeah,
go again.
there's ways we could do that, but I mean, do we really want to deprive Kaduka of his nemesis?
Target practice.
He has been getting better at shooting him every time.
In fact, next time we should thank him. I'll prepare a gift before Kaduki gives him the other gift.
As far as who's we're reporting to, it would probably be the last remaining council member, I would guess. What's her name?
Dippity Giolata.
Or we could just tell Trincy.
I mean, I figure the minute that we come up the elevator, someone's going to be waiting there. We can just tell them, and then they can tell whoever they need to.
Yeah, sure enough, you take the elevator up, after calling for it. Comes down, chung, 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 chung. You take it back up. Trincy says, "So, any luck?"
We
Yep.
killed the, he's a quasit who keeps calling himself the Cockroach King, but this time he was king of termites. And they were eating the wood.
King of termites, huh? Well, it's kind of worrying.
I
He's dead for now.
Didn't we? They were losing bark rangers down here, right? Did we
That's
find
correct.
any extra Varkons? Because that's not wood, is it?
No, and when you found the destroyed bark rangers out in the woods the one time, none of the... You wouldn't have known what to look for, but it seemed like they just left whatever scraps there. But you didn't find any Varkon minis in any of these, or any destroyed bark rangers down here at all, actually. Doesn't look like they came down here.
Okay.
The first destroyed bark rangers we found, did we notice the termite bites on them?
They were all pulped up, but no, at the time you didn't find anything that led you to believe it was termites.
But looking back, we can believe that they were destroyed by termites?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, this was just like the perfect thing to take out bark rangers. They used illusions and piercing weapons and were made of wood. Swarms of giant termites, you would imagine, would make short work of them. Well,
The Park Rangers
termite.
should be thanking us.
I'm sure they would if they had brains. If it was termites, we better check and make sure all of the support trees are in good condition.
Maybe you could also termite proof your bark rangers. Maybe a thin coating of something to make them resistant.
That's not a bad idea. I'll get somebody looking into that. Yeah, thanks again. Oh wow. I mean, if that was it, you made short work of them. You were gone like a couple hours.
Felt like a lot longer than that. We also spoke to a ghost and sang songs with it.
Sounds like a great tale. You should hit up Marganet and get that, maybe get something made up. Put on a show of it.
Just like a spooky short film.
I mean, if we can remember the song, we could even, sing it.
It was the greatest song.
In the world. This is just a tribute.
I love it. Yeah. Do you go visit anybody else up in the town?
Well, we should at least see Zeph.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zeph is like, wow, you guys did it. I mean, we'll probably do this thing. I'll probably get this position.
Yeah. And,
I mean, I had full confidence in you guys. I'm just happy.
Well, we'll need you pulling for us to set up those trade routes. we'll have
immediately.
we'll have all the kind of manpower of Rakanaw. We'll kind of need the ingenuity of your people to
Absolutely.
make this happen.
I mean, just like the possibilities, like back to somewhat of a normal, functioning civilization with trade. It sounds incredible. That's part of my platform is, like I think people are excited to get that going again. So I think as soon as we fully stabilize our power grid and make sure that we can hunt again. Yeah, trade's next thing on the table.
Nice.
I can't thank you guys enough. Here's to a long, happy partnership.
Woo! To a long, happy partnership.
Yeah.
Just holding up a big cup.
Yeah, so you talk to Zeph. The people kind of, the word gets out. People is talking about it. Everybody, once again, they're like, they saved us again. Just like one after another, win after win. You guys truly are heroes here. They look at you like absolute heroes.
Bree hates it. She loves to be invisible, so she hates this. Like, I know that she was the one who was saying we should do the videos, but that's like doing it once in front of a thing, and then, but the constant people trying to talk to her, and she hates it.
Yep. Saeed says, that's just part of being a hero, Bree.
I still don't have to like it.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we could cut down on some of the fanfare.
You're right, Marie. You don't have to like it, but I know you'll learn to love it.
Bree just gives him a dirty look.
We'll work on it.
She's got
From
a
now
punk
on,
here.
every time someone approaches the group, and Bree's gonna hide behind you.
Hello, everybody. I will tell you all about how Kaduka killed the boss.
Everybody just swarms over. They'll you're gonna give a free storytelling. They're all about it.
Oh, that's what Trump's
Great.
gonna go do.
Kaduka just did the Simpsons vanishing into the bush thing.
Bree wishes she could follow, but she is not very stealthy. In fact, she's gonna try. Oh, actually, she does have some decent.
I'm gonna
Do
try
your
to seek
best,
both
Bree.
of them to point them out.
Bree got a 19.
I think her version of stealthing is just in the back of the group saying absolutely nothing while Trunks does all the talking, and just constantly being behind one of her party mates to make them do the talking for her.
Just crouch down so you're not as noticeable.
Yeah.
Trunks is definitely telling tales.
Agree.
Trunks is also keeping an eye out for the Flower Snoff family, where he can then emphasize how Lute saved his life with healing after setting him on fire.
Yeah, I mean, you easily find the flower snoffs. They pretty much come to you as soon as they hear that you guys are back.
Hello.
Oh, hey, you're back. Welcome back. Everything went all right, I guess, right? I've been hearing you took care of it.
Oh, I was but a cog in the machine. everyone else was very adept. I try to point them out, but I can only find some of my party members.
Oh well, I suppose that's great.
Yeah. In fact, Loot was great. She saved my life several times down there. Loot!
Hello.
Oh,
Oh, you're
there
a
you
lot
are,
closer than I thought
honey.
you were.
Oh, sweetie, I'm so glad you. I mean, everybody's talking about how you guys saved everyone.
Yeah. It was super easy. I'm totally fine. How's the campaigning stuff going?
Oh, great. It sounds like everything's going well. We put out all the flowers. We put out up all the signs. Everybody seems pretty excited. It seemed like they're on board.
That's great. Maybe we can get like trade routes open and you guys can visit or whatever.
Yeah, we'd love to. What are your guys' plans? Are you leaving immediately, or are you going to stick around for a while?
I hope we leave as soon as possible. But I don't.
First, like Bree is thinking about this. She doesn't really. Well, I guess she would say it aloud to the flower snoffs, but she'd say that we probably are going to want to stay another day or two just to scout around at what things we want to trade. Because if we're going to be opening trade routes, we need to know what is available for trade.
Yeah, we're gonna have to bring that information back with us.
Right.
Although, I mean, once we like, we'll be establishing like a communication between Rakana and sorry, what was the name of this like gnome city again?
Chloranon.
Chlorinon. So that they can kind of handle the nitty gritty of that. But I guess we need a first initial like scout to figure out what resources are here that we could tell them like, hey, you should talk to them about these, like, or other things you guys might be interested in.
Yeah, so actually if you want to like spread it around, why don't we stay in one spot and have anybody who wants to consider trading their goods with Rakana come to us, and we can make a list of your name and what goods you have available.
I'll spread the word.
I think there's something we should probably address before that, though.
But
as much as I love the market, maybe we should try to have it more stable.
You guys need a currency, a good currency.
Oh, what do you suggest everybody trade in?
Well, you could trade in what we trade in, which are Saru pieces.
That does seem like a much more useful measurement of trade. Of course, we use Saru material all the time for the powers. We use them we distill out the cores for the Varcons, and charge everything via residual Saru magic. So yeah, that I think that would work.
I would then explain how Rakana uses the Saru pieces, like the shavings and the pieces and the parts, slivers. I know parts is one. Let's see.
Oh yeah, we have
gizmos, gadgets.
The slivers. We got what's the G?
Gizmos and gadgets.
Yeah, and then parts are like the actual big chunks.
Yeah.
Like more solid like mechanisms or whatever.
Slivers and dust.
What is the C?
Chaff.
Chaff.
So like flakes of sliver or flakes of Saru pieces.
Saru dust.
Yeah. Which is some
Chaff?
kind
Is that
of
just
alloy.
a word people know?
I mean, I had to get pretty creative to find out a C word that meant like a very small amount of something.
Okay.
So
I think we kind of established that like mostly they use down to slivers, but like chaff is like maybe as like in construction of other things or something, because like powder really only has a use in like combining with stuff. less
Yeah,
so trading.
They use it in a lot of mixed things that they gotta mix, liquids.
Mm.
They're like chips.
Chips would be good. Yeah. How did I miss chips? And I went to
I mean, that's how it always is, right? You're like looking for like some kind of clever thing, and you miss the super obvious one.
Yeah, I hate that.
I tried. Chips works too. We've already got slivers and shavings, so
Yeah. But yeah, it's denoted by the size of the piece, essentially, the different categories, right?
exactly.
Yeah. Just whatever you do, don't try to go back to this weird coin currency. Not saying coin currency is bad, just this specific thing you guys were doing is.
Oh yeah, the leaf coin is terrible. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's a death spiral for any kind of local economy. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, it
I don't know.
would only work here and barely.
I kind of liked it. Trunks is rubbing his leaf card on his face. I'm gonna keep my money on it just in case it comes back.
Careful, they do use some chemicals to make that Presto. The Presto
He's
Fab
sniffing
stuff.
it real hard, just.
Smells like acetone.
I wouldn't fully trust it.
There go a few brain cells. Whatever, that's fine.
The long-term effects. I mean, it's only been 20 years, so we don't really know what the long-term effects of this stuff
Oh
is.
no! Fucking asbestos credit cards.
Presturba, that's the stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you guys might want to kind of test that stuff more, like some controlled tests.
Yeah. I mean, every time like the Fraternity of Seriousness will bring that up, and they just get shut down.
Those
But
guys
hopefully-
need a bit more of a voice in the public eye. They really do. We didn't even know they were here until the end.
Your campaign seems to be doing some good work.
Well, as long as there's kind of a balance on the council, I think you guys will do really well.
Yeah, I think there's a place for Dippity Giolata, but having, I mean, the couple of lawyers that made their case against you are trying to run, but like the fact that they made their case against you in your trial is not looking good for them.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter how many pies that one gets hit in the face with, it just doesn't seem to be going well.
Not only did they lose, but we're now heroes.
Yeah, exactly.
That is true.
So hopefully with those two added to the Arcane Council, we'll be in good shape.
So you guys may want to expand that guest building we stayed in, that little hut. Because once we get back, they're probably going to be sending some patrols this way to establish communications with you and figure all that out. So you may need to expect some other groups of us to show up that you might need to accommodate overnight.
Zeph speaks up and says, "Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, we'll start construction on new travel lodging."
Yeah. We'll be honest, we really don't rely on a whole lot of comfort when it comes to our expeditions, but I'm sure it'd be a welcome sight to them to be able to actually sleep somewhere comfortable for once.
You all are hardened heroes, like I'm sure you sleep on the cold dirt and stuff.
Stop.
A lot of times it's hanging from the trees, so we're alert of any dangers. But
just
we do sleep on the ground,
dangling precipitously above the tree line.
You hear that, Bree? We're hardened heroes.
We're precipitous.
I'm looking up.
Oh my god.
You're just doing like the hero pose, like hands on hips, looking up into the side. Yeah. If he asks you to make a fist of him, don't do it.
Where's Kaduka? I need him to hear that somebody's called me a hero.
Wait, where is Kaduka? Kaduka!
I'll find him eventually.
Oh god, don't sound so menacing about that.
Yeah, we're gonna get him.
I think I saw him over there. I run in the opposite direction.
Huh. Okay.
All right. So, yeah, you guys are free. All your obligations have been met. They immediately are trying to fix things in the village, bring it back up to normal.
Ooh.
Go for it.
Before we like set out, Risper want to check to see if they have maybe a what would be the word, like an archivist or somebody that's been collecting kind of like old writings and stuff like that to see if they have any old maps of the region. Maybe we can find an easier path to go back that would make it easier on establishing like a trade route, and our path back could be less treacherous than the way we came.
Yeah, absolutely. Make a anybody that wants to join in can make a gather information roll using diplomacy. To try to talk to a bunch of people, try to figure out where you can get a map of the area.
Nice. I have a +1, so 28.
Gotcha.
Diplomacy.
Thresh doesn't like talking to people.
Thresh, you just kind of walk up to like,
oh god, I'm gonna
your
hear,
heart's not in it.
These feel like very
No
accurate numbers.
I'm gonna hero point that. That was a 2. Holy shit.
I feel like Breeze is only so good because everyone considers her a hero. So, like, they're all willing to talk to her.
Well, you're also someone that I feel like barters or like does trade stuff.
That's
commonly,
true.
so.
I do own a shop, so
You've got that like trustworthy craftsman like look about you. You got the calloused hands that tell them that you're somebody to be trusted.
I'm everybody's favorite aunt.
Woo!
So, Trunks and Loot about the same time find somebody who's willing to part with a map, and they're both pretty good maps of the surrounding area, and they do go quite a bit southeast. Combined, they kind of have even more information. You can kind of see where the waypoints or landmarks like line up. You've got a pretty good map of this area. You think like halfway to Ratganaw. You do think that going above that mountain range that you eventually went around that way is probably your best bet. But there's a little bit more of a flatter way that you think you could take that would be better suited for carts. And so you think it might be worth taking that route to check it out and see if it's suitable.
Oh. We can also probably mark the way on the way back and make it a little bit easier for the expeditionary, like the ones establishing the first trade route.
Yeah, but we would need someone who could craft signs or something.
Well, I was actually kind of thinking if we're going on like a flat path, could we craft some kind of thing for Spud to basically make him like a pack, because he's already like a pack mule, but like those old-fashioned, like the farming things, it's like a big
You're gonna make him plow the entire path back?
No, but just like if he's dragging it behind him, it'll kind of clear a little bit. Like it won't be heavy and it won't be going into the dirt.
It'll flatten any brush and like kind of knock it down and leave like an obvious spot that we came through. Okay, yeah. It wouldn't be like a it wouldn't be like a plow. It'd be more of like a stump with a bunch of kind of like a blade on it or something like that would just basically like shred the foliage.
That sounds like a plow.
Even if it's just like a line that it makes, like you said, then they would be able to come through and clear a path and make an actual like road eventually.
And also we don't need to necessarily do like I was thinking we could just tie some like some cloth strips or something to trees, because like the expeditionary force that comes through would probably be the ones that could be tasked with actually setting the exact route or adjusting it to make sure that the path can be
might be
tread.
better. We could also just take a knife and put like X's on trees, like in
Yeah.
the bark.
Just remember, we aren't into construction. We're into the expedition. Although also apparently
that's
now
probably a better
we're a bit more like diplomatic, like into the diplomacy side of things as well. We're wearing a lot of hats. Although I think we got plenty of heads.
Yeah, you guys start making plans for making your way back and setting a path, setting up markers, making it easier for people to follow the path back. Is there any last minute thing you want to do in town?
No,
So,
like I said though, I think we would arrange a time for people to come to us, and we'll make a list
Right.
of like trade possibility type stuff.
Yeah, they put up a lot of options for like little trinkets and entertainment like options, but then they also are putting up like little, like a self-contained food heating cube that they've created. You put your food in it and it cooks it, they come up with like little things that will like toast your bread and
holy crap, they made microwaves.
Little powered kitchen mixers, stuff like that. Utility tools that are powered by Sarutech.
I want to buy so many of these things for Claire, but I don't.
Well, their economy hasn't switched over yet either, so who knows how much they cost right now.
I still have a leaf card.
You put that away.
I think that I would talk also to Deputy Giolata or Zeffrington about how our currency works and how I believe that would be a good way to switch over for their currency so that trading would be much easier if we both use the same currency.
Yeah, Deputy, she's like real easygoing and like, well, it's not so much that she's easygoing as that she just doesn't care that much. Zeffrington is definitely like taking notes and like, because he thinks it's important that like it would be great if the two communities kind of like established a baseline,
and honestly, the best way to jumpstart their economy literally is going to be tourism. Like, people from Rackinaw Island are going to want to get away from things for a little bit, and coming here for a short period of time, like, this place is a lot if you're staying here like we were, but if you're just staying here for a short amount of time and, like, here for silliness, that's great, and they're going to be able to pay for that.
Yeah, this is going to blow a lot of people's minds. It's also suggested that the Warrens could be...
Oh, yeah, they could be reestablished.
Back up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, eventually, people would have to get comfortable, like, with enough time passing, where, nobody's seen the mist, and you haven't seen any, like, big nasty monsters or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it's by the Rackinaw expeditions that do the fixing up of the Warrens to stay there...
Like, they're already conditioned to know when to seek safety and everything, so they would already have the process in mind, even if they're switching over to more constructive role.
Yeah, exactly.
And, worst comes to worst, and we if people are still concerned, I mean, put, like, makeshift blast doors on the entrances to the burrows. So, like, hey, the mist is rolling in, let's just lock it down, seal it up.
Yeah. Yeah, some real heavy doors.
Mm-hmm. Or just like massive chiseled stones that like fall into place, so they can't be like they can't be pushed in. Like they can only be pushed out, like to unseal it.
Yeah, yeah. As the thoughts, think of whatever you want to do. You probably have some say in how everything gets fixed back up. Any other last minute things before you leave to go back home?
Mm.
With that,
Will they let us borrow a bark ranger to help us on the journey back? Is that a bridge too far?
I kind of doubt it because they've already lost a bunch, so they barely
The
have
That's
enough to do
true.
what they need to do. So
They're still
They-
trying to replenish the basic amount they need to survive with hunting and everything.
Yeah, they're low key worried about starving to death. So
It's also
they-
proprietary information.
that's true too.
That's true. Yeah. Fair enough.
Even though I already know all their weaknesses inside and out.
The town, the entirety of the town sees you off as you, the flower stops, say their goodbyes to you, Loot, Lily, kind of like nervously goes for a hug.
Give him a hug.
Yeah, Loot would hug.
She like hugs you real tight and she says, "All right, can't wait until you get back."
Or
Uh,
you guys could come visit us.
Yeah, I mean, your mom says, "Oh, yes, of course. Like we would love to as soon as you think it's appropriate." Well, I don't know if we should go with you now. Then that, yeah, we'll pack up.
I would wait until we know the coast is clear, but I'll send a message when
We will be stopping back here once we come back this way, right? Because we're planning on meeting up with those one people and then heading out northwest, like continuing on from here.
We should
wasn't it
also
the two
tell them when the
humans
path
we were
is
talking
clear,
to?
not just the coast.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think what we were gonna do is we're gonna go back to Rakanaw and tell them like what we've discovered, and then let them do their thing and make the pathway to
Mhm.
Chloronon, and then we'll come back to Chloronon and then go further the next time.
Yeah, because they'll need to establish and allocate like forces to this, and so that we're not like suddenly depriving Rakanaw of all of their ability to intake like supplies and everything from the expeditions.
Yeah. I might also
Although-
be worried because we might be 4 days behind schedule, I think, from when
Yeah.
we said we would return.
Although, I mean, the expedition, now that I think about it, like they're probably doing really well with the supplies they're bringing in now that they're not constantly competing with the mist. So it's rather than like a struggle, they probably have a surplus at this point.
Tippity Giolata, of course, waves you from the back. She doesn't want to get in the way of like the very personal goodbyes that are going on, but she's back there. Zeffrington, of course, says their goodbyes, wishes you the best on your trip, promises to keep, get things moving around here. You see the human, the two humans, Thaddeus and Cassian Cartman, waving to you. The obvious, just hope in their eyes that you're going to come back for them. Margaret Filigris shoots you like finger guns and a wink. Boing Bankle and his cohorts do their big, silly, flowery bows to you, and
God, they're so serious. Nobody's
and-
pulling a weekend weekend at Bernie's with Crank Sprocket, are they? Like we don't see him waving up
He's
there,
like-
do we? Oh God, no!
no Crank Sprocket anywhere to be found. You know that they are setting up to do a big funeral for him.
Sure, that's going to be grandiose as well.
What do they do with their bodies?
Gnomes, they tend to. Well, they definitely tend to bury.
They couldn't here.
They haven't been for a while, so they have been cremating, but they are hoping that they can do like a first burial, like in a long time with.
Like
Crank.
a ceremonial thing.
Yeah, to become like part of the earth and the trees and all that again.
Instead of just spreading the ashes from the treetops.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You ride the lift down. You continue your trek back home. You're finding the path. You're using these maps, finding your way, and everything's going pretty smooth for a few days. And at one point, it's still pretty cold. It's still the middle of February, and you get to an area that is kind of slopes down to. It looks like the water in this area has shifted and kind of created a pretty big stream that has then since frozen in the winter. You think it wouldn't be a big problem to ford. Right now it's a little treacherous because it's all frozen and stuff, but not too bad to get across. It's probably good 30 feet across. And as you approach this stream, a line of blue lightning in the air kind of slowly descends down and then starts to peel open into an oval and then a circle, and out from this circular blue lightning portal floats an individual in kind of like armored robes, and underneath this looks like some kind of armored cowl. There is a solid green glass, a luminous eye, singular thing amongst more kind of mechanical metal, like a faceplate of some kind.
Oh.
Now, I made one token before. I have since made a second token. So it is one guy, but I wanted to show you both tokens because I like both of them.
Whoa.
Oh.
This is the first token. This is as he appeared in the original PlayStation 1 game.
Oh.
And this is his new token.
Oh.
That's pretty true to the source. It looks like.
I think it did.
That's pretty
pretty
good.
Good job, honestly.
That's pretty good.
But anyway, this floating humanoid of some kind, just completely covered, in his robes and armor, head to toe, is floating a good 30 feet up in the air. Looks down at all of you silently for a moment, and then he says, "Are you associates of Lex Parsimonier?" I'm sorry, I wrote Lex Parsimonier. That's a different character. Are you associates of Lex Talionis?
Ooh, associates is a strong word. I would say
More like enemies.
former coworkers.
Are you responsible for the disappearance of the mist in this region?
Yes, that would be.
Are you
us.
happy for the mist being gone?
Did you acquire all of those Rosaru from the dead Genesis tree on your island? He completely ignores Lute's question.
Thinking back, did the roster come directly from the tree or from the soil around the tree?
Weren't they like
they
in the
came from
roots of
tree.
it?
Yeah, they came from the roots.
Like they were attached to the tree
Okay.
roots inside.
You would know, you've talked to them enough that you would know they were hiding in the tree.
Trunks would be like, "Oh yeah, we when we were trying to get rid of the mist, they kind of guided us and we grabbed them out of the tree. They kind of more presented ourselves than more like like us searching for them. And he's gonna
It's a
kind of ramble
partnership.
for a bit.
Were you away, not present for the destruction of your village?
Wait,
What?
What do you mean?
Your surprise tells me that you do not know. The Yosoki village on Ratkana Island has been reported as destroyed.
Oh no.
Reported by who?
How?
I assume you were fortunate enough to not have been present for its destruction. Pity. Still, you may be strong enough to help me test one of my creations. If you survive, that will provide valuable data, and if you do not, I will acquire the raw roof from your corpses. He reaches his hand back, and another blue lightning portal opens up, and a massive creature steps out of it.
Are you
We
responsible for
fully
the village?
rested, right? Because we stayed a couple extra days.
Did you stay a couple extra days?
Did we?
We stayed at least one extra day.
Okay, that's fine.
That's not going to help you.
A large, massive, lumbering, like mummy ogre zombie, wielding pole arm axes, steps out from the portal and.
Are you
And-
responsible for the destruction at Ratkana?
Survive, and I may answer a question. And-
Dark Souls bosses.
Oh god, it has a name and a health bar!
And with that, we will end for tonight on that cliffhanger.
Oh boy.
Spud looks nonplussed.
The most
Oops,
resilient
I
of
put
us
him on-
all.
I put him on the wrong layer. There he is.
Spud, run! Spud, take off the plow before you run!
He's eating some grass.
I think he'll be fine!
All right, thanks everyone. I hope you had fun. I'm sorry, give yourselves another 30 experience for just overall like completion of that arc.
Alright.
Yay.
Nice.
Boy, I wish it end on a happier note.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting someone to ask us about the destruction of our hometown.
Yeah.
That was unnecessary, DM.
I'm so sorry.
Bad DM, bad.
Story stuff, you know. It's gotta be some bad stuff, some good stuff. Well, with that, we will convene next time for this epic battle.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Stream.